Hello everybody, my name is Benji and welcome back to Satisfactory. This is the beginning of part 14 where we're going to be finishing up the versatile framework and starting on some oil stuff as well. I've done a lot of off-camera stuff with hypertubes, including this absolutely glorious 15 hypertube cannon. Each of these hypertubes gives you a little bit of momentum when you enter, and then that compounds with each successive hypertube. So we have 15 stacked here. Our goal is to get over here, which is where we're going to be making our fuel gens. There are some lovely, lovely oil nodes here and plenty of empty space to build a factory for fuel gens. And let's just see how this goes. Geronimo. Then once we hit the pink forest, we hit S for a bit, then hit W for a little bit. Well, actually, still gotta hit S. Oh, I undershot. I undershot just a touch. Maybe not. Maybe I didn't undershoot. No, I undershot. But that's okay, because that's just a test. When we're actually coming over here to work on our project, we're going to be having a jetpack. So we'll be able to do a little bit more of a controlled descent. But that's the demonstration of the hypertube cannon. We're going to head over to the versatile framework factory now and get back to work on that. So we will see you guys over there. So we are back over at the versatile frame platform. It's currently not really much of a factory at the moment. We're going to be starting to take all of these little bits and turning them into something useful. So you will see progress updates as we go along. So, just like that, we already have all of the iron being turned into steel ready to go. We are obviously using the solid steel ingot recipe in order to conserve on coal and also conserve on iron. We've got 320 iron coming in from up top and 320 coal coming in from over that direction. The iron is being turned into ingots and running around the back to be turned into steel. Those steel are going to go into some constructors, probably over here somewhere, being turned into steel beams. And other than that, we just have to take this 240 line of iron, turn them into modular frames, and we'll be good to go. So we have the rest of the iron being smelted and turned into their composite parts. We've got plates and screws being made, and then being turned into reinforced iron plates and rods as well. However, we can't really fit all the rest of the stuff we need to fit on one floor, so we walled off this one. We're about to go on ahead and make a second floor. We'll be putting the awesome sink here in this corner, that way the building doesn't have a big old lump on it, like I kind of had to figure out with the automated wiring. And then we're going to be finishing up with the modular frames, and then the versatile framework up on the next floor. You'll get a progress update once that's done. Since we didn't need much space for the top floor, I'm going to do something similar to the automated wiring ceiling, where we have that little tear-down system happening. And really, that's all we needed the space for. The 5 in the back are doing modular frames, the 4 in the front are doing versatile framework. They go down and smart split into a storage bin, with the awesome sink coming up through the ceiling of the first floor into the second. We're going to put a roof over top of this whole thing, and we'll worry about decorating the exterior later once I have some ideas. After this, we're going to be heading over to the Gold Coast for some oil tech. Black gold, it's about time. The stupid awesome sink wouldn't fit, so I gave it its own little head lift space. Screw you, awesome sink. The power is completely and entirely hooked up. The last thing that I need to do is actually connect it into the grid, and this factory will be underway. We're moving over to oil, so I'll see you guys there. In the journey toward progressing to oil, it turns out we are pretty much, or were pretty much at our capacity, so I turned off a bunch of non-essential systems and turned on the biomass to give us an extra little buffer up at the top. We are going to activate the hypertube we built earlier and head over to the Gold Coast. I will see you guys once we're there, and we'll start digging into oil. After a roughly 2-minute journey, we are over at our wonderful, wonderful Gold Coast. We've got oil right next to us, right over there, more over that way, and more over that way. We just gotta clear out some of the locals. Hey guys, time to play baseball. Baseball. Whack, whack, whack. You too? Yeah. Don't you try to get behind me. I know where you sleep. The wonderful, wonderful crude oil. We have all of the alternate recipes that we could ever want to get started. So we're going to start with a basic platform, and we'll get going. So I forgot encased industrial beams, and I had to come the whole way back here. So now we're actually going over to the Gold Coast, and we're actually going to do the temporary oil setup now. My bad. Now that we're finally back, we can place ourselves a wonderful oil extractor and get ready to go. And there it is. I'm going to set some stuff up on this lovely little 15 by 15 platform that was instantly placed thanks to the smart mod. Go check that out. And I will get back to you guys. And just like that, we have a very, very rudimentary oil setup going. 60 rubber and 60 plastic per minute. Obviously you can see the rubber happening right now. The plastic is taking its sweet old time, however, in working properly. I was going to try to do it with no waste, but I couldn't really get it to work well within 10 minutes or so of wanting to have this set up, so I just went on ahead and trashed the rest of the waste. There's the plastic. There it comes. Wonderful. So we've got 60 rubber and 60 plastic per minute. That's going to stockpile. We're going to get some more unlocks done, and then we're going to be heading over into the Dune Desert to start some computer fun. Just temporary stuff still, but fun. So we took one of the pure nodes from over slightly yonder and set up a replication of the exact same setup we have here, but twice the size. Also, I was wrong. It's only 50 rubber per minute and 60 plastic per minute, and this one is 120 plastic per minute and 100 rubber per minute, so it's not quite even, but it's even enough to be perfectly fine. It is very spaghettified. Nothing is organized, nothing is planned, it's just whatever fits, wherever it fits, it fits. We're going to be taking some of this resources back to the hub way over yonder in the distance and unlocking some things for top tier automation. And then we're going to be running a long oil line over there and starting some computer automation. All temporary stuff so that we can get our power grid back online with the fuel generator project. We'll see you with the computers. And now we get the industrial manufacturing unlocked.
Milestone reached. The manufacturer increases production complexity. A critical look at production line logistics and efficiency is recommended during integration.
Oh, you bet.
The truck allows for increased efficiency in transportation, automated or
Bye.
otherwise. New project parts enable progress to the next phase.
Yeah, we're not going to be looking at those bad boys for a long time. Next thing up on our list of stuff that we need to be taking care of are the alternative fluid transports, which we're probably going to be spending some coupons to get the heavy modular frames out of the way. After that, we're going to be going into the expanded power infrastructure. We're going to be needing lots of computers and heavy modular frames for that. So we're going to go on ahead and start setting up our lovely temporary heavy modular frame and computer factories off in the Dune Desert. We're having a little break from Satisfactory right now while we're waiting for the drop pod to return, and we are playing some Friday Night Funkin', so this has been a really all over the place episode. So we are back hard at work here in the Dune Desert, which is very odd not seeing my mega structure right over there on top of the lake. But anyway, we've got 15 refineries placed here, all making plastic. We're going to be running the oil over from the Gold Coast. We've got the iron here and the copper right over there that we're going to be using for the project. We need a grand total of 245 copper for this project. We need 65 iron and 435 oil. We're not going to be bothering at all with any sort of recycling or anything because this is all just a basic temporary setup to get us a couple of computers per minute. Just enough to be able to get our fuel set up, which is going to be over there. So you're probably not going to see an update until this entire thing is complete. We've got a nice big space to work with, and I doubt we'll be using it all. The oil piece of everything has been finished. We have the oil all going into the 15 refineries on the right, making plastic, one of which is overclocked or underclocked to 50%. They have a valve out the back of each and every single one, making sure that there is a moderate throughput and that things overflow correctly and smoothly. Basically perfect splitting, or as perfect as you can get it with pipes. And then over on the left there, you can see where all of the heavy oil residue is going, currently into awesome sinks, but I might see if I can use them in the steel alternate recipe that I just unlocked the other day, which is the coke steel ingot. We'll see if we can use this at all in the heavy modular frame setup, which is going to be right over yonder. In the meantime, though, we still have to set up all of the copper smelting and iron smelting before we can finally start producing actual computers. Oh my gosh, this is a absolute mess of spaghetti, and I really honestly couldn't care less. It's a temporary setup. It gets us 5 computers per minute, which is going to be hopefully plenty for now. We need 1,000 for the fuel refinement project that we're going to be working on way up past the Red Forest. 5 per minute. Let's just do some quick math here because I actually haven't done that. We have 1,000 that we need divided by 5 per minute. That's 200 minutes. 200 minutes divided by 60 is a little over 3 hours. So with this system running, it's going to take about 3.5 hours for us to get all of the computers that we're going to need, which is perfectly fine because I can honestly just AFK in the background. Just kind of have this on while we're doing some other stuff. Maybe research some hard drives in the meantime while we're waiting. But this setup is pretty much the best that we can do with the resources that are here and the amount of effort that I want to put in. We've got the heavy modular frame factory to make over there as well, which we might end up using the heavy oil residue sort of stuff for that. I haven't decided yet. We'll figure that out, though. In the meantime, though, that's really the end of this episode. I just need to actually go and turn this on and let it all start up, which I may as well do for the video because, you know, why not? Alright, here goes nothing. Final power line to be produced. All of the oil is already over here, thank goodness. So we already have our plastic flowing. Lots and lots and lots of plastic to be flowing. Especially over here. The heavy oil residue should start to appear in these pipes any moment now. And we should be getting some more stuff. Let's head over here and just check on some things. There we go, our iron is working. Oh no, I forgot to select the recipe for these. Copper seems to be working out. Oh, autosave. Fun. That's going to be in the video. There we go, there's the copper. All coming in, going to their respectful furnaces. Oops, I connected this belt in the wrong spot. Might help me if I actually connected that properly. There we go. off goes the copper. This should be being made into wire, which we'll see here in just a moment. And the wire is being made into cable, which we should see in just another moment. There goes some of our first screws. How about copper sheets? We got any copper sheets coming down the pipe yet? There they go. It's going to take a while for them to go around, so I'll get back to you whenever we have our first circuit boards. There's the circuit boards! Woohoo! And with the circuit boards means that eventually we are going to be having some computers. It's going to take a while though. Our first computer finally has enough circuit boards to start producing. Everything is still overflowing, so the system is not at peak efficiency, as you can see by the fact that this is still lacking. But we are about to have our first computers coming down the pipe. Our first of 1,000. And there's the second one. Absolutely wonderful stuff. There's the heavy oil residue. It's all working properly, doing its job. Exciting, exciting stuff. I'm going to go on ahead and wrap up stream now, but for the video, thank you everybody so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this Satisfactory episode. I know I have. Setting up all of the oil is always tons and tons and tons of fun to do. Oil is always just this little piece of complexity that gives your brain a really nice challenge, especially when it comes to things with 4 inputs, like the computers. And then the refineries with the fluid and the belt input are obviously a challenge as well. The smart mod is amazing. I'm going to keep saying that until I make a review on the smart mod, which will be soon. .tm. In the meantime, though, thank you to everybody who came out, and thank you to everybody who watched this video. I hope you have a wonderful night.